You know, sometimes you'll deliberately buy a shirt in a size too small to help you lose weight.
Motivation shirt, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I bought Jupiter's Picross Lords of the Nazarick on the eShop a very long time ago when I had the full intention of getting into the Overlord anime, of which it's a franchise tie-in.
Did it work?
Well, many years later, I've never got into the anime, and I realised the game basically just sat there, and I totally forgot about it. But then, I realised I had a Jupiter Picross game sat going to waste on my machine. So I was like, oh, you know what? Let's just play through it. And I played through, the whole game, even though I didn't understand the context of the wrapping. I even managed to do the colour Picross puzzles, which
well done.
I really, really love as a twist on the mechanic. Like, I can... as long as the colours are distinct from each other, then I don't really have a problem. But a couple of the puzzles were very, very tricky on my colour blindness. I think there are options to like tint the colours, but I couldn't be bothered to figure it out, to be honest, because it was for the sake of maybe 2 puzzles. And I also finally cracked how to properly do Mega Picross puzzles, which
They're hard.
They are. They're the ones with the clues that straddle like 2 rows or 2 columns, sort of mixed in with other ones. And it's just a whole other sort of rule set that you just sort of need to add into your mental arsenal. And they've always stumped me before, but I sort of persevered and did it and played through, God knows what, 500-600 puzzles and completed the game, and it was great.
Well done.
My interest in picking up Lords of the Nazarick also reignited because I realised just how goddamn good Jupiter are at making Picross games.
Yes.
And this followed my intense disappointment with the Story of Seasons crossover with B-tier Picross game, Piczle Cross, or whatever the cunt it's called. I love a farming game. The idea that I could be solving Picross puzzles whilst potentially gently building a farm, it sounded like a match made in heaven. But for one, there is 0 farming involved.
None at all.
None at all. You solve the puzzles, and then the background of the main menu screen slowly changes.
That feels like a missed opportunity.
Yes, it's entirely passive. It would have been nice to have more crossover of mechanics, even just a little bit, rather than just solving puzzles of cows and wheat. For 2, the actual Picross mechanics are ropey as shit.
Yeah.
There's even, like, it feels like delay and a lack of input recognition when you're moving about, like, the grid, which makes, like, counting and keeping track of your solutions just so insanely aggravating. I'd often make mistakes because I was like, well, I pressed the button 7 times, but it only thought I did it 5, and now I've placed it wrong. And yeah, it also looks like shit too, which is a weird thing to say for a Picross game, because it's like, how can you make... It's just squares, but the numbers all look just really pixelated and low res. It feels and looks like utter dross to play. It's a real shame.
That is a shame.
It is a shame. So bottom line, Shitcross Harvest Moon, no. Picross Lords of Ralph Ranick, yes. One for you.